She's the friend who'll show up with coffee or wine when you need it most. But probably wine. Good vibes are on the way. Welcome to Erin O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency.
Hi, welcome back to Erin O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency. I'm Erin. It is so great to have you here. I hope that your holiday season has been stress-free, or at least not as stressed as it could be, and that you are just about done. Maybe your shopping's all out of the way, you're baking, and you're hanging out with me while you bake. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And I hope to get baking at some point too, because that's definitely on my list. But this was more important, and I have such a great episode coming up today for you. Little later on in the program, I've got a Shinin Bright Spotlight that really highlights something extremely important that my community does. And I think that there might be something super similar in your community as well. And I just wanted you to know about it, about the giving tree and what a lot of places all over the country do for this time of year. And maybe it can help you or somebody that you know. But first, I found a terrific woman to speak with. She is in Palmer, Alaska, and she helps run a reindeer farm. Yep, my octave changed when I said that because I am so excited about this woman and what she does and to hear all about these reindeer. I mean, hello, Christmas is almost here. We need to hear how the reindeer are doing. I have never met one, I've never seen one in person, but after spending some time with Lauren, I am gonna have to get myself to Alaska because they sound like dogs with antlers. I am so happy to introduce you to a woman who is the granddaughter of the founder of the reindeer farm in Palmer, Alaska. Enjoy this magic, my friends. I am so excited to be here right before Christmas with Lauren Waite, who is here with us from Palmer, Alaska, from the reindeer farm there. Hello.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, it is so great to have you. So I had to look it up because I wasn't sure where Palmer was. And it's only 42 miles from Anchorage.
Correct. Yeah, we're just about an hour north of Anchorage.
The Alaska State Fair there too?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, see, now I feel like I know where you're at. Oh, thank you so much for taking time to chat with me here on the Feel Good Frequency. Because every time I think about your farm, it is such a feel good feeling, and it's such a great vibe. So this farm was started by your grandfather, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, you're so
Tom.
sweet to say that. Yes. Tom Williams started our farm. Actually, his parents bought the farm from the original colonists when they came to the valley. And
Wow.
so our family's owned the farm since the 1950s. But we got our first reindeer in 1986. So we've had reindeer for a while now. I have to do the math, but like almost 40 years.
That is amazing. I didn't even know that there was a reindeer farm anywhere. I just, I mean, I'm enthralled with all the reindeer that help Santa this time of year, but I didn't
Yeah.
realize that there was a whole farm. And at one point, you had 300 reindeer.
Yeah, yeah, it's hard to take care of that many animals. Right now, we're sitting at about 120 animals, and that's what we feel comfortable with, like for how much land we have. My grandpa loved having so many, but my mom and I are running the farm now, and so we were like 100's good.
We're going to stop right there.
Yeah, you had to feed them. It's a lot of food.
Exactly. And it's
A
not
lot
just
of
reindeer. You have so many other animals too. Because I thought, of course, it's reindeerfarm.com. So I'm thinking, okay, this is
yeah,
all reindeer, but holy cow. And I know this time of year, of course, we're all focused on the reindeer because it's just fantastic. But you have elk, yaks, alpaca, moose, bison,
mm-hmm. Yeah,
and a
that's great.
whole slew of other kinds of creatures. It's incredible how many you have there.
Yeah, we have a whole variety now. We're animal lovers, so we just like animals. And then we are kind of a rescue too. So we take a lot of animals when people they know that they'll have a good home with us. And so when they don't feel like they can take care of them, they ask us to take them. And so that's how we ended up with a lot of our animals. Our two of our Highland cows, people just gave us because they knew we would take care of them. And we have a reptile coop now with over 30 species of reptiles in it. And they also are all rescued animals from people that were moving out of state and couldn't take their animals with them. So, yeah, we take a lot of animals
Wow.
in.
That would be the last thing I would think. Were you planning on the reptile part of the farm, or was it like, well, here's another person giving us a lizard. I guess we got to do
Yeah.
something about this?
Yeah, that's a recent development. We had some staff working for us that are reptile people, and we were like, we've thought about it, but we're not comfortable with reptiles, you know. And so on our staff right now, we have a marine biologist, and then we have a reptile keeper. She's worked for zoos for like 20 years and kept reptiles that whole time. And so between the two of them, and then we have a professional decorator too, we decided to make the leap and add the reptile coop, and we're calling it the coop because it was originally the chicken coop in 1934. Now it's a reptile coop.
I was going to say, I
um,
don't know how well the chickens did when you put the
yeah,
reptiles in it. Now we just call it the reptile.
yeah. So then we ended up collecting all these animals as people moved out of state, and we had our decorator decorate everything so it looks really cool. It's a really cool display, and it's the only public reptile display in Alaska. Like the Alaska State Zoo doesn't have a reptile section like other zoos do, and so we just felt like that was a niche that like people like, especially Alaskan kids. We do a lot of field trips here, and they don't see any snakes. They don't see any lizards. Like we don't have any that live in Alaska. And a lot of
Sure.
those kids don't leave the state because it's like hard. You can't just drive to the other states without going through Canada. And so, if their parents can't afford to take them on a plane, then they don't leave the state, and so they don't get to interact with reptiles. And so, anyway, it's just something we've added recently, and it's been a great addition. The kids love it, especially the kids.
That is such a great point that I never, living in Boston, I never would have thought about is that it's quite a haul for them to go to some place that would actually have those creatures naturally. So the fact
Mhm.
that you have them, that must be so exciting for them.
Yeah. So we love, one thing that makes us different than a zoo is that we let people interact with the animals, the reindeer, the moose. We want them to feed them. We want them to touch them. We want them to have that like memory, that key moment for them and that experience. And so now we get to do that with reptiles with these kids who otherwise would never even see a snake. Some kids grow up catching garden snakes in the backyard or whatever, but we don't have those here. And so having our snake out that the kids can actually touch, and they're always like, oh, it's not slimy, like they just don't even know. They've only ever seen them at Petco or on TV.
Sure. Oh my
And
gosh,
so
that's so cool that you provide that. I love that.
yeah, so it's been really cool, and the kids especially love it. Not all the parents love it, but the kids really like it.
Yeah, not really my thing, but I love the fact that the kids get
Yeah.
excited about it. So you
Yeah.
are, since it is just before Christmas, I'm just enthralled with the reindeer because, like I said, I didn't even realize there was such a thing as a reindeer farm. But yes, they get to interact with them and feed them. We used to have them be in the pens, but they don't go in there anymore, right?
Yeah, we've been doing tours here for over 30 years because as soon as we got reindeer, people showed up. They wanted to know, what is a reindeer? What does it look like? And so we started doing tours in the 90s. And all that time, we've been letting people go in the pen with the reindeer. And then we had a really busy season, like right after COVID. It was like the busiest year for tourism in Alaska, like historically ever, probably,
Wow.
because Europe was still closed. All these countries were still closed, but people wanted to travel, and so they all came to Alaska. And so it was this crazy busy year, and we had people going in the pen every 15 minutes. We're doing these massive tours of people, and then the reindeer don't get like a break. When there's people and there's space all the time, they don't. They want to just go lay down, and they just want to chew their cud and relax. And then
Hmm.
there's people walking up to them, trying to feed them, trying to pet them. Now with the fence, when people feed them over the fence, they can still come to the fence. The reindeer can eat from them if they want, and if they want their own space, they can just go lay down and relax. And so I feel like the reindeer are happier because they get that. It's more a boundary for the animals. And now we're, after 30 years, prioritizing the animals' happiness and safety over the people,
Hmm.
because the people would prefer to go in the pen with them. and that's great, but the animals prefer to have their own space, you know?
That is such a great point. That would make me anxious. If I was a reindeer, I'd suddenly need, I don't know, Valium or something if people were
Yeah,
just always in
like
with me. Like,
constant.
give me
Yeah.
5 minutes, everybody.
Right, and they always would say, "Oh, that one looks sad," and I'm like, "He's really not, he's just he really just wants to be over there," you know, but that's the one
Yeah.
they wanna go pet, and I'm like, "He just needs a minute, just, like,
Yeah.
give him his space," but they don't respect you even verbally saying that, you know? When our staff, it was so stressful for them because they know the animals, and they're like, "That one needs a break, that one doesn't want a kid in its face right now, and I told them to knock it off, and they won't leave him alone," you know? So
Yeah.
that's why we decided to make that switch. We do still allow we do like a VIP experience where people can pay a little more and then go in the pen with them. But because we increased the price and we limited it so children 10 and under can't do that tour, it's just made the animals more happy. Like we only limit it to 10 people. And so that way the most people that are going to go in the pen at a time are 10. They're all going to be over age 10 and they're all we only do it 3 days a week, you know, it's not every day. So,
Oh, that's much better.
mhm.
I could see that just being crazy with just one person after the next because
Yeah.
you have the largest captive reindeer herd in North America.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's really cool. And it's so fun. The thing I love about reindeer is that they have these diverse personalities. Like I love getting to know them. I know all of their names and who their mom was when they were born. We tag the babies in the springtime when they're like less than 12 hours old. So I have been there with most of them on their birthday. Like when they're like
Aw.
brand new. And so I know all their moms and who their dad is. And I just love watching them grow up and their different personalities. They're really naturally curious and really naturally like affectionate to people. Like now, like you said, we have a variety of animals on our farm now. But of all the species, the reindeer really love people. And they
Oh.
like, you know, on the days we're closed, which isn't very often these days, but when we are closed to tours, they always follow us around. Like, you guys, what are you doing? You want to give us pets? You want to give us treats?
Oh my gosh, they sound like dogs.
Yeah, they are. They're big dogs with antlers on their head. They're really sweet. So, and like I said, there are sassy ones. You know, they've got different personalities, but for the most part, they love people. And, you know, we have that fence barrier just to keep them comfortable, but they choose to come. And that's the best part about it is we're letting them choose. You know, we're giving them the
Mhm.
power and they want to be where the people are. So it's really cute because they
Oh my
usually come
gosh,
running.
that is so precious. And I was looking at some of the pictures on your website, and oh my gosh, these antlers on reindeer are huge.
Yeah. Yeah, the largest antler to body ratio of any member of the deer family. So they're like antlers, you know, when they're off their head, they're like basically as tall as the reindeer's, like the rest of their body.
Oh my
They're really
gosh.
big. Yeah.
Do they shed the antlers?
Yeah, they grow them and they fall off every single year. And reindeer are the only members of the deer family also that grow the antlers on the males and the females, which makes them really unique.
Oh, wait a minute, because there's a meme going around or something that's like the reindeer that are pulling Santa, they're females, not the males. But if you're saying they both have antlers, have we all been lied to when we were told that it was actually female reindeer, not the males that we all grew up
Yeah,
thinking?
so the males usually lose their antlers before Christmas time.
Uh,
They lose them as soon as they're done with the breeding season, which is usually like November time, sometimes the beginning of December. The females keep their antlers on until they have their babies in the spring. So that's why usually we
oh,
say
so
all of
that is true.
yeah, so
So
all of
it is,
Santa's
it
reindeer
is
are
the women.
girls.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. It is ladies. It
it's
is the
girl power.
females. Okay. Woo! I just wanted to make sure because I was so
Yep.
happy when I read that once. When you're like, they
Yeah.
both have them. That means
Yeah.
no, no, don't tell me. Oh, okay. All right. Whew.
No, the boys just need them to impress the ladies, and so theirs are bigger, but yeah, they lose them sooner. So
Oh my gosh, that is spectacular. Thank you for
yeah,
clearing that up for me. It's not just a rumor then.
it's true. Yep.
I love that they have different personality. It's so cool to learn about them because again, I've never seen one in person. The only reindeer I've ever been familiarized with are the ones hauling Santa. So this is very exciting for me.
Yeah. I know it's fun watching people meet a reindeer for the first time because when you're growing up and you're a kid, people actually think they're like unicorns, like they're
Yes.
magical animals, yeah, that don't exist. And then to actually meet one in real life is like life changing. It's really cool to see that every day.
Now wait, do you have any unicorns that I can meet out there?
We call them a unicorn when they lose one antler and not the other one.
They do seem like mythical characters for
Mhm.
most of us, especially people who have never actually seen one in real life. And the fact that you get to hang out with them all day, every day, it's like, I'm so jealous. I love that for you. So, being the granddaughter of the gentleman who decided that this is what he wanted to do, he wanted to have the reindeer, he wanted to have this farm. Were you
Mhm.
excited to be part of it growing up, or were you like, oh, Lord, I'm going to be around animals forever and ever and ever? How did you feel about it personally?
Yeah, so I'm an animal person. I always loved I actually grew up in Washington State. But we visited a lot when I was a kid and I always looked forward to it. I love being on the farm and I love being around the animals. My brothers are all like indoor people, so they don't love it as much. But yeah, we moved here when we moved to the farm and took over for my grandparents. I was 16 and I'm the oldest. So we all kind of grew up on the farm. But like I said, I'm an animal person. I've always loved it. My brother's less. So,
So great though that this is a family thing. I really love that because you can tell the passion that you have and the fact that it's just been passed down generation to generation is it's really special. That's such a different, unique kind of thing. And I love that for you. So do you feel
oh,
like
thanks.
you will carry this on and maybe you'll have kids someday and this will be continuing with your family?
Yeah, that's the plan. So my mom and dad are running the farm now, and my husband and I help them a lot. We live here on the property, and then we have 3 kids of our own. So my kids are
Oh,
growing
you
up
look
here.
so young. You look so young. I thought you were like 20.
Oh, thanks. I'm
Wow.
like 32.
Well,
But
whatever you're doing, share your secrets and continue on. Sorry about that, but go ahead.
thanks. Yeah, so I have 3 kids that are growing up on the farm. So my oldest is 8, and she loves it, and she wants to work every weekend, and she loves animals. And so hopefully, like, I don't want to pressure my kids to have to work on the farm. Like my mom growing up, she had to work the farm,
Yeah.
and her siblings. But I don't want to pressure them to have to work the farm. But if they want to, and so far of my 3 kids, they all love it and they love growing up here. In the springtime, when we have baby reindeer, sometimes we had to bottle raise them. So we bring them in the house and they sleep on the couch with us and we bottle raise them. And so my kids are really involved in that process and helping with the babies. And so they get really attached to them too, because they're helping raise them. And so that's the goal. Someday when my kids are a little bit older or adults, hopefully we can talk about them taking over the farm. My parents' plan right now is when they retire that my husband and I will take over for them. So,
Well, I have a sneaking suspicion this is going to be in your family forever and ever and ever
yeah.
because your enthusiasm is so contagious. I want to come work on the farm. I mean, it's pretty impressive.
Thanks.
How can you not be happy seeing those little reindeer every day? I just think that is magical.
It is. They're awesome. They make the job easy.
What is the average tour about like an hour and a half, 2 hours that people spend on the farm?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe an hour to an hour and a half in the winter because it's really cold here. But in the summertime, people easily spend 2 hours.
So I was online just kind of checking everything out. And what's really wonderful is that everyone raves about your farm. Everyone raves. Your reviews are spectacular. And it's about a miracle to get people to all agree on anything these days. And the fact that
Yeah.
the reviews are unbelievable just shows how truly invested you all are in the farm and how special you make that experience for people. And I know you get people from all over the world coming to visit. That's
Yeah,
gotta
thank
make you
you.
feel good.
Yes, it does. That's all we are trying to do is create moments for people, create memories. We're so blessed and we're so lucky that we get to raise these animals and work with them every day. And so that's all our goal is to share them with people and they love it. And that's what's reflected in our reviews is that they love meeting them and being around these magical animals.
Well, thank you for what you do. You are making the world a happier, better place. And I love the fact that they're not just in our heads. It's not just a mythical character, that we really have reindeer among us.
Yes. Yep. They're real and they're perfect and they're wonderful. And so hopefully you'll get to come visit and meet them someday.
Oh, my husband's dying to go to Alaska. So trust me, this part will definitely be on our trip because wherever he wants to go, that's fine. We can go see the bears and the whales and whatever else he wants to
Right?
see. But I'm stopping at the reindeer farm first.
Perfect.
Reindeerfarm.com is where to go to check all of this magic out for yourself. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Lauren, thank you so much for taking time to be on the Feel Good Frequency, especially when it is such a busy season for you. So many visitors coming to see the reindeer and all of their friends at the reindeer farm in Palmer, Alaska. And we were talking a little bit after we stopped recording, and she was telling me that she does virtual tours on their website. So it's reindeerfarm.com and you can check that out there. She started that during COVID and it has been a huge hit. She will do virtual tours for classrooms across the world. It's really, really neat. And you can follow them on Facebook and they're also on Instagram. Facebook page, just so you know, is Williams Reindeer Farm and Instagram is Reindeer Farm AK for Alaska. So highly recommend you follow along with them because it really seems to be such a special place. And I love the fact that I got to hear about the reindeer that really do sound like dogs with antlers. So thank you again. It's been a bit since I've done a Shinin Bright Spotlight. So with it being the time of year that so many of us celebrate and are excited to see friends and family, and there are so many that don't have that kind of opportunity to really enjoy everything that many of us just probably take for granted a little bit. And that's why I wanted to make sure that you knew about something that's in my local community and very likely is in yours too. I knew that they had a food pantry, but I didn't realize that there were so many other different programs that this nonprofit dives into, including a giving tree that makes sure that kiddos don't go without this holiday season.
It's time for the Shinin' Bright Spotlight on Erin O'Malley's Feel Good Frequency.
So I am here with David Cunningham and Olinda Morrison of St. Vincent de Paul. Hello. Thank you so much for taking time out to chat with me today.
Thank you.
I knew about the food pantry that you have and how you help so many people in 4 different communities. I didn't realize that you do so much throughout the whole year.
We handed out 423 meals for Thanksgiving.
Gosh, that is so beautiful. I know you also help with financial services and assistance for people that are either in crisis or have an urgent need. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
People donate either to the food pantry or to the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. That's where we can use the money to help all the people that come in, and there's many different things that they might request for.
I had a call last week, I think, someone was looking for heating oil assistance. Everyone knows the Society of St. Vincent de Paul is there to help people out, and we get calls all the time from people all over the place asking if we can help them. Sometimes we have to say we can't because you're outside of our community area. But we can refer them to other conferences.
So many people have a difficult time even asking for help. And the fact that you make sure that everyone is treated with such respect and dignity and that you are not there to judge them, you're only there to help, that's really spectacular.
Yeah, we won't turn anyone away. If we can't help them here, we always make sure that there's someplace else to help them out. But yeah.
I think we need more of that. So tell me about the giving tree.
Oh,
The elves are busy upstairs right now, helping out about 145 families, I think, have requested help.
Oh my gosh.
Every child in the family is eligible to receive up to 4 gifts. I can't remember what the gift count was. It's probably in the 1,1600 range.
And can you explain the way that you do it? Because I know I've seen the tree in my church and you'll have 7-year-old boy with like a truck or something like that.
Yep.
yeah. So they'll give you, no names.
And people can come in and make the request for what they want with our volunteers. They record every gift down in a database and they keep track of everything. So they spend about 6 weeks signing people up. And then that's when the tags start going out to our 3 churches. But in addition, we have many, many community organizations and businesses that also will take tags and their employees will buy the gifts and return them to us.
And 4 toys, up to 4 for each kid that's so beautiful.
If there's any gifts that weren't returned because someone forgot, then we just go out and we fill those remaining gift requests with the monies that we have.
Look at you. You're elves yourselves. I love that. Of all of the people that you've helped, do either of you have a favorite story? And it doesn't have to be the giving tree, it can be anything. Do you have a favorite story about somebody that you've been able to help through the years?
So we have what we call a family partnership program.
Mhm.
And that is a family who might be in the verge of losing, whatever it is, and they need help, but just for that time being. For example, a family is becoming separated, and the mom now has to assume all the responsibilities, and she's not going to be able to pay. She's already late on the mortgage or the rent. And so she just needs some extra help right now. And we will actually try and help so that they can get back on their feet. And that's probably the most rewarding because every single one of them that we've helped always comes back and they're doing well. And, if it wasn't for us, they would have lost so much.
Gosh, that's got to feel so good to be able to help like that.
It's so fulfilling and they're so appreciative.
And what makes you keep doing this, day after day, year after year?
I'm retired. So.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
the
but you could be playing golf.
Yeah, it's the people.
Well, you are so lovely, and I'm so grateful that our community has you both helping out and making sure that people get what they need. And I'm really thankful that you took time to explain some of the great things that you do, not just right now, but all year long, because they're so necessary and so important and so appreciated.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. You are beautiful humans. I hope you have the best Christmas season.
Oh,
Thank you again so much for being today's Shinin' Bright Spotlight. I wanted to make sure that I had them on before Christmas because I had only heard that they did other things aside from the food pantry right around Thanksgiving. And I thought, wow, I didn't know that. Maybe there's a whole lot of people that don't know that kind of thing either. And I promise you, there has got to be similar organizations close to where you are. So if you or somebody that you know needs any kind of help, please do a little bit of research locally because they're everywhere. The more I look, the more I find how many great people, excellent organizations are there to help. So please reach out because that's what they're there for. There are really special, wonderful people everywhere, and I promise you they want to help. So I know holiday season, you've got lots to do. I won't keep you any longer. I just want to let you know that next week on Christmas Eve, I have somebody who's coming on that is giving the greatest gift. He was up for this gift. And instead of taking a gift himself, I guess you could say it's like the best re-gift ever. It's super special and perfect for Christmas Eve. That will be next Wednesday on the Feel Good Frequency. Thank you so much for being here. Have a fantastic week. Bye.